It was now the middle of July and time to set up camp in the southern bays of Grenada. So we set sail from deserted Ronde Island and headed out for our last big sail of the season to return where we had started about a half year earlier and complete our 6th year living and cruising aboard our Tartan 37 holiday. The gap between Ronde Island and the northern tip of Grenada is less than 10 miles, so the start of our day's sail would be an hour or so in open ocean, but the conditions were great with wind behind the beam, and we settled in, gliding across the beautiful Caribbean Sea. When there aren't any tropical disturbances around, this time of year is definitely the best time for sailing in the Windward and Leeward Islands. It was a great season, making it all the way up to Guadeloupe, and it was surreal to see Grenada getting closer and closer on the horizon. Sailing is much nicer on this side of Ronde from the other side. It's going to be a good day out today, I do believe. Back in behind Grenada now, still sailing. The water's flat now. It's just awesome, and Grenada is a beautiful island. I always love arriving to it again. It reminds me of when we got here from straight from St. Martin after that long passage at the start of the pandemic. Man, it's just so cool to be back. Also hard to believe that just like, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago, we were moving up the coast of Grenada on our way to Carriacou, and the start of our run to all these islands up the Eastern Caribbean we just did. So it's just crazy to be back. Grenada's kind of becoming our home base of sorts. All right, we've had sailing of varying speeds and directions, gustiness, regular going behind an island sort of thing. And now we are starting to see St. George's, the capital. Very pretty. Wendy's trying to get the main adjusted just right. We've been out about 4 hours, and we've got 11 miles to go, 5 miles to Point Salines. That's when we turn into the wind and have to beat for about 5 miles. We'll decide once we get there if it's going to be easier to sail or just motor straight into it. But, yeah, it's going good. So we're still 2 miles from the point, but the winds are already starting to pick up, and we're flying along, getting, I guess, a taste of what we're going to have here in about less than 20 minutes. We really have to turn into it. We're less than a mile away. A little bit of a lull here, the calm before the storm. Just a few more minutes and we'll be able to get a feel for what it's going to be like over the next 5 miles in a straight line, but we may be zigzagging. We'll see. So we've made the turn, and actually a little flatter than it has been other times when it's just horrible pounding. So we're going to try to motor sail for a little bit, kind of doing short tacks back and forth to get to these southern bays of Grenada. There's really not too many other ways to get here. So yeah, it's just going to be like this, slow going for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. Headed over here towards True Blue. When we get up close to the land, we'll tack back out. We're just moving our way slowly. There's Prickly Point. We got to go past that. So when we tack, we'll be headed back out this way on a motor sailing angle. Sure does seem to be better than just pounding straight into it, because that was pretty bad. I think this is the best way to move down the coast in these conditions. Tack. The channel is just a couple hundred yards ahead. There's Woburn Bay right here. Just about 10 more minutes, we'll be in flat water. That'll be nice. Just like that, flat, good water. Awesome. Just here in the channel. Calvany Island. Calviny Cut. That's where I wanted to anchor. It looks like a lot of boats there. Maybe we can find the spot. Of course, Woburn's a huge bay. We'll find us a spot somewhere. All right, we found the spot in the Calviny Cut. We're backing down on it now. It's deep in here, so we've got out over 180 foot. That's all our chains. We actually have our rode tied to the cleat rather than a snubber, which almost never happens. Getting the boat set up for living at anchor here back in Grenada. We're having us a little celebratory cheese tray and our next to the last bottle of French Cremant. All right.
I'm so hungry.
I'm hungry too. Grenada. Back in Woburn, we settled into southern Grenada Bay life. There's always plenty to do and lots of cruiser friends to see and swap stories with of another season cruising the Caribbean. All right, so we've been here in Woburn about 2.5 weeks, just you know, doing the different little social activities they have here and going on the shopping buses, but also trying to eat most of our food so we don't leave a lot of food on the boat, because 1 week from today is when our flight back home is. We're gonna go over, put the boat on the mooring, and then this next week is gonna be filled with you know, boat chores and, you know, maintenance on the engines.
Just general prep to leave the boat, unattended.
We're gonna raise anchor here in a minute, hopefully after this storm goes by, and it's just 3 miles around the corner past Hog Island. Right there, we'll just come out and go right around that point and come right back in, and there's supposed to be a fellow there waiting to help us hook up to the mooring, and he's also going to keep an eye on our boat while we're gone. Been a fun little spell there in Calviny Cut. Head right around those points and we'll find us Mount Hartman Bay. Here's where we were, right back there in that cluster of boats. And then here's where we're going. So not very far, just from there to here. We're here in Mount Hartman Bay now, and we've tried to get in touch with the guy that's supposed to show us which mooring ball is ours, but haven't been able to get in touch with him yet. So we're just sort of circling the nice little anchorage here. There's a little marina up there too, where we'll access shore. It's called Secret Harbor. Yeah. But yeah, we've made contact and we're tying up. This will be holidays home for the next few months. Awesome. We're hard at it, getting the boat ready. Lindy's out here doing something, either stainless or wood. Stainless. Boat's not quite a giant mess yet. She's polishing the stainless. She's done a little bit of work on the rails too, on the wood. I know she's cleaned the bimini top. We're planning to leave it on while we're gone, just to you know, kind of protect the cockpit, keep water out of everything. We're gonna do some extra waterproofing on it. I have been doing a little research on my maintenance for the diesel, so that's what I'll be working on today. Yeah. Fun stuff. All my different filters, engine oil, coolant, pumps, stuff to put old engine oil in. Now I just need to empty out the lazarette, which has a bunch of junk in it, so I can get to the engine. We burned through 40 gallons of water already this morning while Lindy's doing her wood project. So, you know, got the lazarette empty here. We're making more water. Lindy's starting over here on the oil and it looks good already.
That is clean wood. That side is what it looks like in the season.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There you can see there where she's cleaned it to here. And then, after she cleans it and it dries, she puts the oil on. Looks real nice. All right. I guess maybe I'll start to work on the engine a little bit while the water maker's running, multitasking. This is kind of funny, you know, I just said I was about to start on the engine work, but we noticed that we might have a break in the regular rainstorms here, so the waterproofing for the bimini needs to be done and have time to cure. We're not going to start the engine work, and while Lindy's doing her thing and the water maker's doing its thing and the boat's a mess because I'm set up for engine work, I'm going to try to get the waterproofer on the Bimini and Dodger. All right, let's do it.
How long does it take to...
Here you are watching me be in such a hurry that I actually put the wrong treatment on the canvas, causing it to leak worse than before. Luckily it went away over time and we were able to waterproof the Bimini before the next season.
What you doing?
Okay, so I finally got to the engine maintenance and I'm extracting oil out of the sump. Fun times. We have made a wreck of things as usual, but change strut filter, that filter, oil filter, oil, no leaks, everything looks good. All right. Boy, that was a pain. I'm glad that's done. Let's check the oil level one more time and we'll call it a day. And we're making water again. Lindy's still at it on the T-coil.
Yes.
Looking good, Lindy.
Yeah.
We have the sails off. And we took them to storage. And now we're even starting to go through clothes and pack our bags. Get rid of things we haven't worn all year. We're spraying vinegar into the cabinets and everything for mold control. It's going well. Controlled chaos. Another day, more cleaning and straightening. Always fun defrosting of the fridge, cleaning out the bottom, get it all ready. Got stuff strewn around that'll need to go back in there. We've been emptying cabinets, wiping down with vinegar, then reloading cabinets. Today is on the to-do list. It was called Deep Clean Kitchen Day, so we're doing pretty good. 2 days before we're supposed to leave, and last night a tropical, I guess, wave came through with squalls way more than anybody suspected, and there was at least 50 knot gusts coming through. The boat was flying all over the place. In the middle of the night, the side curtains started flapping around so much we came out to the cockpit and looked. We looked back and the dinghy was sinking. This is like at 3 a.m. It was full of water and it was starting to go down. The motor was getting dangerously close to being all the way underwater, so we jumped in. Lightning was popping all around, and so we were scared being in the water, but we finally got the motor off the dinghy and up here. The portaboat will float even when it's full of water without the motor on it. I was jumping back into the big boat and I hit my head on the propeller of the dinghy. Got a big old goose egg on me. It's getting better though. And that's when we decided just to go to bed and deal with it in the morning. I did spray a bunch of WD-40 on the inside of the motor, but now the motor won't start. So I've got the carb out. There's water in the gasoline, I can tell. And I'm gonna try to fix it. We of course also have the list of things that we need to do before we get on that airplane. So yeah, what a day. What do you think, Lindy? What do you got to do today while I'm doing this?
We just need to keep cleaning the boat, and we need to make some water because we're out, because we've been using it for so much cleaning. And then we need to service the water maker, pickle it, get it ready for storage. And then, yeah, just some miscellaneous, you know, clean out the bilge, make sure that the bilge pump is functioning properly before we leave. The weather's supposed to be kind of crappy for pretty much the rest of the day, so nah. It's not an ideal situation for boat prep, but we'll get it done. Success!
Oh, so it wouldn't seem like it, but we are getting closer and closer to not having anything left to do. Our flight is tomorrow, so that's good. And more bags are packed. Stuff is everywhere. Yeah. But before too long, we'll start to put things where it goes and just have our bags out. Oh man, I'm gonna be tired. When we finally get done with all this and finally get to Florida, I'm gonna need to rest for like a week. Fresh water flushed through the motor and the gas drained out of the carburetor and the fuel line. Yeah, gonna do a few more things to the outboard, and then it'll be time to take the dinghy and put it up on board. That'll be it.
We've got most everything done that I'm planning to do, so yeah. I'm doing a little bit less than I did last time, since we're only going to be gone for a little over 2 months instead of like 6. So yeah, everything's okay.
Yep. If only we didn't have to put the dinghy away, we could go to whatever party that is in a little bit, but it's just gonna be a boat night for us tonight. That's pretty much it for the day. There's the porta boat. We'll bring the water maker inside and store it down below. Party's still raging over there. Today's a holiday. It's like Emancipation Day or something, and Carnival's about to start, so everybody's really excited. Outboard motor's got a cover on it, fully serviced. Yeah, just a few more things to put away. And that's it. You about ready to get on an airplane tomorrow, Lindy?
Yeah, as long as I don't have to clean anything when we get there.
I don't think we're gonna. I think it looks good. All right, all our stuff's packed that we're gonna take back. There it is. Okay, I'm about to take a shower and then relax for a little bit. Even though we're done, tomorrow's certainly going to be hectic, getting off the boat, doing the last finishing touches, and getting on an airplane. That's always hectic, but that's it. All right, only a few more hours now. It's coming down to it. Everything's packed up for the most part.
Maybe. Every time I walk into a different area, I find something. I'm like, oh, I gotta take that.
Lindy just cooked our last meal on the boat. What is that?
Oh, like an egg and cheese, I don't know, toasted burrito.
It looks good. We got one last rain shower, of course, and wet everything in the cockpit, and that stuff's coming down below. But it should be dry soon. Hopefully it won't rain again. Yeah, that's it. Great season, and coming to an end now. I'll be glad to get back to the boat. I'm missing it already, and I haven't even left. Thanks for watching Season 6 of Fun on Holiday. Stay tuned, and we'll be back soon for Season 7, cruising, living aboard, and sailing in the Caribbean.
It has only been 3 hours. Just,
Oh yeah?
it's only 11, and we left at
Whoops.
8.
Is that your thing? We've got So we've got 1 week from today for our flight. So we've got 1 week from today